are live. Welcome to Glammaz Closet, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Glammaz Closet. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And if you're just now waking up, get your coffee. I'm not going to say anything important for at least the first 5-10 minutes. So grab yourself some coffee, wash the sleep out of your eyes. Good morning. Good morning. Richard Smith, first in chat this morning. Good morning, Richard. I got that outfit. And guys, we'll be talking about this towards the end of the show when I do my shout outs. But I just wanted to tell you that my husband and I are incredibly pleased. We're so pleased at how cute it turned out. We got a little outfit from Richard Smith. If y'all don't know, that is Johnny's brother. And he's been doing custom baby outfits. And they're kind of like this, kind of like a classic timeless baby outfit where it's just, it's cotton and they're so high quality. So we took it out of the bag and we were just thrilled, over the moon. So I brought that with me to show at our shout outs. Aisha Dancer, good morning, Kristen, my show me homie. Hello. Good morning. I hope you got your coffee on, as Johnny would say. Horizon Picks, good morning, Roy. I hope you had a great weekend too. Your celebration Friday night looked fun, and I'm so sorry that I didn't have much of a chance to stick around, but I did pick up a really cool t-shirt, and thank you so much for your patience. Nita J, good morning. Good morning, Miss Dreamcatcher. Dreamweaver. I love that song. I think that is an incredible avatar. I love it. Nita J, good morning. It's good to see you. Denise, I hope everything is going well at the Magical Emporium. Good morning, Denise. I hope you're having a great Sunday. There is Jane, Living Skies Vintage. Y'all know I love a vintage. I love a vintage girl. Hello, good morning, Jane. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for being here. One large iced coffee down. Amen, sister. I still have the knitted baby clothes my granny knit for my babies. Yeah. Because you got to keep those. I did the same. We kept, my parents were huge Chiefs fans. My mother still is. My father passed, but they bought, and cowboy boot fans. So they bought my youngest son a Chiefs jacket when he was an infant and cowboy boots, and I still have those. And they are packed away ready for his son and or daughter. Those are two sort of non-gender specific things, so that's great. Oh, it was my pleasure, Horizon. Thank you so much. Raquel, good morning, gorgeous. How are you? How's my sweet Raquel this morning? I hope you had some good breakfast. I hope everybody is up and feeling their oats. I've got my sister's cup that my sister got me. It's from the sister's song in White Christmas, if you don't know. And it is holding the magic bean juice that we all know and love. Oh, man. It is really nice to see you all this morning. Anne, hello, Anne. Anne's Art Boutique. Now, Anne, are you the same Anne as Anne Arts and Crafts, or are you a different Anne? I'm just curious, but good morning, and thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you for being here this morning. And I do love a good art boutique. When I lived in the city, I went to a lot more art openings and shows and things like that, like the smaller gallery sort of stuff. And I just loved it. I loved, and I got a lot of really good local art that way. I'm doing great, Glamz. How was the wedding? Funny you should mention that. So a funny thing happened at the wedding. We didn't. And here's why. So Grandpa and I were tentative. We were tentative in the past couple of days. We went from definite to tentative because he has been working a lot of overtime. And it's just been called for, and it's going to dry up soon. And so he's working overtime. So he ended up having to work Friday night from 11 p.m. until Saturday at 3 in the afternoon. That's two back-to-back shifts, with on like 6 hours of sleep because he got off work at Friday at 3. So 2 back-to-back double shifts. And he got off at 3. And sometimes he gets home and he's like, boing, boing, I'm still awake. And then sometimes he gets home and he's like, I can't move. And it was an I can't move kind of day. So we ended up having to skip the wedding so that my husband could sleep, because it's really, really important that people got to sleep. Oh, she is Anne without the E, and you are Anne with the E. Okay, I get it. And I'm so sorry. I just wanted to double check because I wasn't sure. Either way, I'll call you Anne. But I honestly, I wasn't sure. So thank you very much for the clarification. I appreciate you. And an art boutique. Ooh, I love that idea. I love it. I've never seen an art boutique that I didn't. Yeah, you got to work when it's there and sleep when you can. Yeah. Yes, Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister. Yeah, I love that song. She wears the dress and I stay home. Speaking of dress, I after we had canceled and my husband was soundly sleeping yesterday, I said, because I told him before he was going to sleep, I'm like, by the way, I'm going dress shopping. And he's like, so you don't need my permission? I'm like, I didn't ask. I was telling you. So I went online and I bought 4 dresses. And I bought 4 dresses because I have a closet that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black dresses in it and no other color. But let me correct that. I've got 5 black and 1 navy blue and no other color dress. And I realized I don't have one dress that's like appropriate to wear to like a spring wedding or a summer wedding. I mean, you can always get away with a little black dress if you do it right. But if you put like a little white jacket on with it, or if you put, if you wear it with pearls, it's automatically, Chanel, Jackie O, that sort of vibe. But I just felt like I needed colorful dresses. So I got some dresses that were combinations. One of them is like pink, but it's got like black print coming up it, and it's like a sheath dress. And I feel like it's very, very cute. So I went shopping. I bought 2 dresses on ThredUp and 2 on Poshmark, because when I shop for something new, I do try to get as sustainable as item as possible. I do try to shop as sustainably as possible. And I do like to support other resellers. So excuse me. So I'm really looking forward to all 4 dresses. One of them is a Vince Camuto off the shoulder sort of sheath dress, but I think it's going to be really, really cute if it looks anything in person like it looks on the photo, which you never know until they show up. And if not, put it back out there and sell it again, get some more dress money. And let me highlight this. Anne's going to be on Ella's sale tomorrow. Ella has a Monday sale tomorrow morning showing some of my art. I'll be on at 4. Okay, so that's going to be in the afternoon. Anne, is that 4 Eastern or 4 Central or Mountain or Pacific? Please let us know. So when I get those dresses, what I may do is just what I may do is just bring the dress in and just be like, look, these are the ones that I like. Which one do you like the best? I'm not going to be wearing them because, guys, I'm too chubby to show my full body on YouTube unless I absolutely forget myself or have to. But and that's just my personal thing. I have seen women who are large and in charge and just gorgeous, just beautiful. They have beautiful hourglass figures. They're just beautiful. I just feel self-conscious about mine. It's my little thing. I do have some closet news. Sunday morning live each week. Be right here at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. in Hawaii, 4 p.m. in the UK, and 2 o'clock the following morning in the morning, 2 a.m. in Australia, if you're down under. So I am here doing my Sunday brunch. Also, this coming Tuesday, I'm going to be a guest. In the UK, there's a channel called Big Girls Really Do Cry. Good morning, Ronnie. And I will write this out. Okay. And that is a lady named Lainey. And what she does is it's Banish bins. So if you don't know, their bins are actually just trash cans. That's what we're calling it, but like dumpsters, trash cans. So you pick 3 things that you're not fond of. She gives you different categories. You pick 3 things that you're not fond of, and the chat votes on what one of those 3 things we banish forever, and then the other 2 just, it's just that person's personal preference. And I cannot. My goal is to. She said, we just try to keep it at lighthearted fun and not, I don't want to I just don't want to kvetch for an hour and a half about everything in the world that bothers me without providing some sort of entertainment. So I've written down the funniest answers I could think of. All true, things that really do, things that really do. I don't like them. It annoys me, that sort of thing. But I did write down the funniest stuff I could think of. Good morning, Liv, my sunshine. Hello. Mwah. Good morning, honey. I hope you are feeling 100,000 wonderful this morning. And Ronnie, tackle hugs, by the way. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you for dropping that link. Veronica dropped that link with the Big Girls Really Do Cry. It is at 8 p.m. her time, so I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do I have it down for 2? Yeah, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, because the UK is 6 hours ahead of where I am, which is Central Standard Time. So 2 in the afternoon on Tuesday at Central Time, 3 in the afternoon Eastern, 1 o'clock Mountain, and noon Pacific. I'll be on Big Girls Really Do Cry UK. And I think it's going to be fun. You cheeky bugger. It'll be fun. I do have some guest auction spots also coming up on Horizon Picks on March the 8th. I am a guest at the 10:30 Central slot. So 11:30 Eastern, 10:30, and I'll just be on for 30 minutes selling what I sell. I'm also a guest on Mike and Mark, Two Old Guys Vintage Auction on March the 10th with Patrick Murphy. So P. Murph and I will both be, and this is, it's always dangerous to get all of my Smart Aleck friends together on one channel. So I have Mark and Mike, who are hilarious. Patrick Murphy, also hilarious. And me, I'm not hilarious, but I am willing to push the edge. So yeah, we'll have I think that's going to be a very fun auction. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And that's their Sunday auction. They do it every Sunday at 3. Check them out this afternoon. They have some good stuff. And then I do have another auction coming up on the 12th. I'm part of the Two Old Guys Friends Selling Friends auction, and I'll just have like a 30-minute spot sometime that day. Ain't that channel name the truth, right? Big girls really do cry. Everybody cries. Everybody cries. If you don't cry, you might want to get checked out for sociopathy or something if you never ever cry. I did order a ThredUp fun box. So we'll see what happens when that shows up. I did 2 box openings this week. I had a fun box opening, which was fantastic, and I had a denim box opening. Also, I was really happy with my denim DIY box. It was really cheap. It was like 30 pounds of denim for $32. And so go check that out. I got one pair of jeans that I'd never heard of before that I was like, I could not believe what they went for. It was crazy. So I guess my question to the chat this morning is, do you order rescue boxes from ThredUp or mystery boxes from the Goodwill Blue Box on the website? If so, did you have a good experience? Did you have a bad experience? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. And in the meantime, I'm going to say good morning to my beautiful sister, a Boutique production company, where she does her magic. Good morning, Boo. I love you, sissy. And she's had some movie reviews that were just so funny. Guys, my sister's funny. She's good. She's comfortable in front of the camera, or at least she looks it. And that's really all you can do. It's good. My spectrum of experiences with both Goodwill and ThredUp is well documented on my channel. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Oh, thank you. I love your pretty mug. Yeah, Lord help Mr. Aisha's Creations. Good morning. This is Aisha's Creations, which is different than Aisha Dancer. So good morning, Aisha. I haven't tried any of that yet. What will be your best option to order from? In my opinion, it's easier to find a ThredUp box than it is Goodwill. Goodwill drops theirs like once a week on Friday at 5:00, and the competition is fierce. It's like a piranha feeding frenzy. It's so crazy. So I would recommend probably, doing maybe ThredUp. But I would start off with the smaller boxes first. I wouldn't invest like $100 into like a handbag box or something like that until you've had a little bit more experience with ThredUp. So fun boxes, if you can catch them, I love those. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're okay. Yeah, and the thing is that they are mystery boxes and they are DIY, so you have to keep an eye on. The denim box is my fave. But I'm a clothing reseller, and if you're not a clothing reseller, it's okay. If you're a clothing reseller, you're like, yeah, this is fun. So, but they have a DIY fabric box. They have a DIY fabric box that it's like fabrics and scraps, and some you'll get some scraps. But I have a very good friend who shall not be named. I have a very good friend who has ordered the ThredUp DIY rescue box for fabrics and stuff, and she's ended up with like some really great stuff. Kind of incredible, and it's the cheapest box that they sell, I think, besides scarves. Crazy May, Maya, good morning. Maya, my love, mwah, good morning. I hope everything is going well in Boston and that you packed your car and have a yard. Good morning, sugar. It is so great to see you. Oh, stop you. After many disappointing mystery boxes, I'm leery to try them from anywhere unless I personally know and trust the seller. Yeah, and even then, sometimes, do not order scarves. Do not order the scarves. It's just, yeah, scarves are a hard sell sometimes. Good morning, Ella, my love. Ella. Ella. Good morning. It's good to see you. Unless you like them, then live your best life. Yeah. The scarf box was disappointing for me too. The scarf and the t-shirt boxes were disappointing. I've had pretty good luck with the jeans boxes. But just know in advance that you're probably going to have to pitch about, not pitch, but like donate or just, about half of those jeans. I would say a third of them in my case. I don't know what everybody else's experience. And there's no real guarantee. That it's sort of like gambling. That's the mystery. So so consider yourself like a first time person that's ever walked into a casino. Gamble on the low side. Gamble on the low side. Don't go for the big stuff, right out of the gate. I really don't recommend that. But fun boxes are fun if you can get them. I do want to talk a little bit about, oh boy, here we go, down this rabbit hole. Probably going to run out of coffee before I run out of ways that this has happened. The denim box is a great deal if you actually want to DIY them too. If you're into arts and crafts, if you're into upcycling, or you like to create things with other things, the denim box is also a great box for that. So it's sort of a twofer. You can take anything that you wouldn't sell, online, and cut it up and create something wonderful and new out of it. If I knew how to sew, I'd be dangerous. This live is not sponsored by Society 6, by the way, but we love the mug. Yeah, that's a great mug for me. So, okay, Poshmark arrest of the week. Here's what's going on. Okay, we all know, if you haven't heard by now, and some of us honestly don't keep our ears to the ground for this particular type of thing. But the Washington Post reported on February the 15th that Brandeline Horn, age 42, was arrested at her home in Freeland, Michigan. They give them a lot of information. They kind of dox her. On charges of mail fraud, wire fraud, and interstate transportation of stolen property. Horn rented the luxury clothing from at least 3 subscription-based clothing rental companies. My guess is one of those is like Rent the Runway. Now I got it. These companies allow consumers to rent specific amount of clothing on a monthly basis for a subscription fee. A Kingsley Sherry gown valued at $1,100 was available on one of Horn's websites for $189, the Justice Department said in its release, which identified, here's the fun thing, which identified as Cash Horn. Cash Horn was the username. It was actually one of Horn's usernames for selling items. A user on Poshmark by the same username and House of Cash as her profile name also has a sold out Sherry dress. My Lord. The thing is that we know that people have been scamming. We know. We get it. Scammers going to scam. They have been scamming since the beginning of time, and there will be scams until the end of it. And yesterday, a friend was showing me a link that was on Instagram about another potential scammer. And I'm saying allegedly potential scammer. Here's why. I was going to add them to my Poshmark Scammer of the Week, but I realized that they had not been, as far as I couldn't confirm that they had been arrested, in trouble, indicted, or even charges brought on what people are claiming that they did. It is another reseller. It was a reseller who had a reselling course, who had apparently there is some suspicious, some people are suspicious of the GoFundMe pages that they have for like different charitable things, and then they're suspicious that they are keeping the money on that. And again, I won't name names, and I will not do that. I cannot do that. I just can't. I'm not going to do that on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to take somebody who's never done a thing to me, and may or may not be in trouble for what they're in trouble for. It looks like there are a lot of compelling arguments that would indicate that this person was a scammer, a very successful scammer. I just can't name their name. I can't do that. Not to my channel. It puts me in a jacked up legal position, and it really puts me in a moral quandary, because this is not, their name isn't out there, and I didn't see an arrest record. And I tried to go down that rabbit hole, and I didn't see anything, so I can't. But you know who is going to drop a video on this soon? I can feel it in my drama detector, right? But we don't do that here. So yeah, I'm not one to go around spreading rumors. It's if you ever watched the old Hee Haw, it was kind of hilarious, because it was basically like, if you've got some gossip, if you can't say anything nice about somebody, come sit next to me, that sort of thing. But here's the thing. I feel like most of the scammers that are scamming put so much effort into their scams. If you put half that effort into, your legitimate business, you'd be making just as much money. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's not how it works. Hi, Lynn. It's good to see you, Lynn. Hi, Mommy Lynn. So I just don't understand. It seems like a lot of effort is being put into the scamming. And my question is, what satisfaction do you get from having to always worry about being found out and always having to cover up? And I do believe that there are some people who are literally born without a conscience. Like it's like they're sociopaths, or maybe even psychopaths, or they have some sort of a missing something. Or maybe they were traumatized to the point where they can't afford a conscience. I don't know. And I don't want to cast aspersions on anyone, especially since it's one thing to be charged with something, but, you have to be convicted in a court of law. They have to have proof. So that being said, I just feel like I just can't get in the mindset of the people who are scamming people. Like, doesn't that make you paranoid? Don't you walk around paranoid all the time? The things that get me is that the biggest scammers always have a ton of posts about thanking God for their blessings and such on social media. It's messed up. Well, honey, the two biggest sellers in the world are sex and God. Sorry, that's just it. Sex and religion. Oh, I'm hella paranoid, right? I mean, I would just be like scared to death of being caught. Maybe there's a little girl in me who knew that, that the consequences of getting caught, were severe, but I don't know. I just don't get it. And my child knows that anything saying free Roblox is a scam. Yeah. And the thing is that it's, for every new technology and new thing that we implement for scammers, it feels like there's always they figure it out pretty quickly. They put a lot of time and effort. They put the same time and effort into scamming that a toddler would put into opening a can of pudding. You know what I mean? Like intense effort, and for hours and hours and hours. I'm like, I don't understand I don't understand it. Why? Is the money in scamming that good? Because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess in some cases it may be. And maybe you come from a background where, where that's a thing. You're still up. Yeah, I'm up again. Yeah, fart sack. Hello, good morning. Mwah, good morning. So it's have you guys had any experience with scammers, whether it's on a platform or off a platform? Um, I can give you a couple of mine. When I first started reselling, the one of the first things that they did on eBay and on Poshmark were to try to get me to deal with them off platform, which I didn't do except for one time that I did do, and it did not turn out well for me. So I had a Dooney and Burke, and I had a really cute skirt, and I think it was something good. It was like Moschino or something. And then I had something else that was good. So it was about a $90 bundle, and I sold it for 65. And I put it in the mail, and I mailed it off. And then the person reached out to me and said a week later, and they were like, "Hey, I still haven't received this." And I'm like, "Let me track it." And I track it, and it disappeared at the post office in Birmingham, Alabama. Now, at that point, I should have reached out to Poshmark, and I should have said, "Hey, just stop tracking. You get on it." But of course, I didn't do that. I thought, oh, I'm well versed in customer service. I'm going to take care of this myself. So I bought that's the dumbest thing. I bought a gift card to compensate for the loss, and I sent it to them because I was scared to get 4 stars on my rating. It was the dumbest thing ever. So dumb. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I was like, I don't know. So I did that, which was dumb. And then about not even a few weeks after that, one morning I wake up and I look and I'm like, oh man, I'm an idiot. And they still give me a 1 star and said it was never delivered. And so, yeah, it was one of those things where you live and learn. And I'm like, okay, never off the platform again. And sometimes we have to learn things the hard way. Sometimes we have to learn that people are awful the hard way, and that they have no conscience, or that they're just, they're just mean people, or they're just out for what they can get. So let's take a look at the chat. Let's see, Veronica. Yeah, mystery box on Posh was a pile of garbage, but luckily I was only out $20. Yeah. Oh, yes, with my art. They've tried to scam you with your art. I caught it and was out nothing. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. No, it never showed delivered, though. And finally, I reported it to Poshmark, but it was after I'd already tried to solve the problem, and like I said, I'm not, that was not my most clever moment. But I feel like too, sometimes they're you see these people come into your life for a very specific reason, and that is to teach you a lesson that maybe you wouldn't be taught if it didn't like smack the crap out of you. Sometimes I think you have to be sort of smacked in the face with stuff like that, because I thought I knew better after 32 years in the hospitality industry, and it's totally different than selling online. There's a lot more scammers. Although I have had people try to scam me at the hotel too. Here's a fun story. So once upon a time, I was working at a very tiny hotel, and I was only working part-time because my youngest son was a toddler, and I needed to spend as much time with him as possible. So there was a gentleman who checked in and with a young lady and went to his room, And 30 minutes later, he shows up sopping wet and bloody at my front desk. And he had been trick rolled. She was a sex worker, and he'd been trick rolled. Apparently, she had opened the door while he was taking a shower. She had opened the door, had two friends of hers, gentlemen, come in and beat the crap out of the guy while they all stole his money, and then left the room and escaped out the back door. And he came up to, so I offered to call the cops. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to call the cops. And he's like, don't call the cops, don't call the cops, don't call the cops. And that's when I noticed he had a wedding ring on. And I said, I'm so sorry, but you just showed up on a security camera in this hotel, bloody and wet. I got to call the cops. There's no getting past it now. Otherwise, we're setting ourselves up for a lawsuit. So I had to call 911 so the cops show up. So the guy obviously checks out of the hotel. He had paid in cash and put down a $25 cash deposit, and I returned all of that. I returned his deposit to him. He used the room, and that's he's not going to publicly fight about it. I was mad because now I have a bloody, dirty room that he was trying to get laid in. So long story short, 2 hours later, the lady of the sex worker lady shows up at the front desk, and she's like, yes, I checked in with my boyfriend, and when we put down, he put down a cash deposit, and I need to get that back. And I said, no, honey. I said, really? I said, because you were the woman with him when that we had to call 911. And I said, and if you'd like, I'll be happy to call 911 again and have the police come back and talk to you about that. And so then she just, ran out cursing me out. So, and I was okay with that. I've been called worse than what she was capable of. It was so weird that they were trying to like scam another $25 when they had already stolen all the cash in this guy's wallet and like his ID and everything. It was so weird. But, I guess I don't know. You never know, karmic. Good morning, Michael, my angel. I hope things are great and beautiful in Texas. Mwah. It is always good to see you, my love. It is always good to see you. Yeah, hotels have, I really need to compile a list of hotel stories one day. I'll have my sister write it. She's a better writer than I am. I'm a good writer, but she's really good. Yeah, keep the deposit. We gave him back his deposit, but I didn't give him back the money for the room because just because you didn't stay there all night doesn't mean you didn't check in and make a mess. Jane Lyric, hello. You had to step out. Welcome back, Jane. Welcome back. I know I'm almost out of coffee. I'm going to have to step out pretty soon myself. We are not sponsored by Society 6, but they do make a mean mug. They make a mean mug. We're mean mugging. Yeah. So it's, people go out of their way and they go out of their way to lie and cheat and steal and not, I would say like 90, honestly, I have been in the public service and we're talking about like 100 to 200 people a day that I'm meeting. I'm telling you, 99% of the people that I've met in the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I've met over 32 years, have been just normal, nice people. They're just, they're just living their lives. They're just trying to get by. And then there's that 1 or 2% that just make the rest of them, there's the hissy fit scam where you throw such a hissy fit that they will give you anything to get you out. And they really commit to that, like an hour, 2 hours. I've been screamed at for 3 hours straight. No lie. They were taking turns. That's not a lie. This lady and her daughter, it was so crazy. And yeah, you develop a thick skin. There is also people who, just try to find slick ways around it. People who look for other people who seem vulnerable or weak. or in some way that they think that they can get around them. They look innocent. Um, there are no scam, just glam. I love it. I'll be back for that in a second. So there are, I think that there are more honest, good people, just generally honest. Nobody's 100% honest all the time. That's ridiculous. If one of my friends walks in and their outfit is hideous and they seem very proud and happy and they think that they look cute, they're like, isn't this cute? I'm like, yeah, sure. That's a lie. It's not cute, but they feel good in it. And that's the important thing. And it doesn't have to be cute to me. So anyway. Sorry, I had to step out. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, Crazy May. Absolutely. I would love it. I love good vintage. I love it. Love it. But we would like to be sponsored. That is. Absolutely. Michael, I've got a bunch of people of Walmart stories from my time as an assistant manager. Holy crap. I can only imagine what it's like. The scam level at Walmart is probably like next freaking level. We got to see that, Michael. I definitely have a screw me over sign on my forehead. Me too, sugar. Me too. Veronica, thank you so much. Look, just glam. Okay, I'm going to try this, guys. I think I have the thank you. Okay, ready? Let's go. Yay! And Aunt Boo, if you're wondering why I don't use the Prince one, it's because I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. I cannot find it. Damn this empathy. Yeah, right? And Anne has that sign too, Carrie. Jennifer Hayes, good morning. If anybody's in the chat and they haven't put the thumbs up, can you just hit that thumbs up? It's totally free, I promise. Thank you so much. Kajut, I think you'll resend it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. By the way, I have a purse for you and a t-shirt. And don't forget that we need to get together on that. Yeah. So scammers gonna scam. We're all gonna get scammed. That was really my salty treat. We're all gonna get scammed at one point. No matter how careful you are, somebody's gonna get scammed. And people who are like, well, now that I'm older and wiser, there are scams for middle-aged and old people too. There are mom scams. There are all sorts of scams. So, MLMs, I consider a scam. So, everybody got that scam. Get your scam on. I do want to just make a note that there is a Clothes Horse podcast, and I'll put the and I don't have a link for them, but I've got it's Clothes Horse. Well, actually, I may have a link for them. Give me a second. I might be a liar. I might have scammed you just now. Okay, so it's a Clothes Horse podcast on Instagram. Man. And I hope that that's the link. They did Temu as a supplier for retail arbitrage. We all know that that's problematic in more than one way. But she really kind of deep dives into what's happening with Temu, where that stuff is coming from, where it's going, what's happening with that. So I think I found it to be an interesting podcast, and so that's my recommendation of the week. I do want to get into sweets for the sweetest, and I wanted to give a little bit of extra time this morning, and oh gosh, I forgot to do my sales. Richard, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to wait a minute. She does a ton of content on shady companies and non-sustainable practices. She's very, very good at being able to do the deep dive searches, and it saves the rest of us from having to do the homework. So really, it's kind of nice. Guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot to do my sales. Let's see. We will start with that one. Okay. So let me show my screen. Okay, so we're going to start with last week. This sale came in, the new without tags Victoria's Secret small black short corset. This sale came in while I was live. So that was, I didn't count that in last week's total. So that was $12. And the net on that was $9.05 that I made on that really cute corset. I think it's going to be cute with jeans if you have very large boobs and very small waist. Levi's 511 33 by 30 dark wash straight leg jeans sold for $16. They were also part of a previous denim box. And on that, I made $10.78. We had Dolce Vita faux snakeskin ankle wrap sandals, size 8. Those came in a thread up shoebox. They sold for $15, and I made $12 on those. Vintage 60s Torino olive green button-up cardigan. You got to see this cardigan, guys. This thing is so incredible. It says, "Here come the Jets and the Sharks." So it's got the yellow stripes on it, and it's just a vintagey looking. Well, it is a vintage 60s Torino button-up sweater, and that there was so much interest in that, and it sold for $30, and I made $24. I also had these black satin pointed toe sling back pumps that were a 9.5. They had no name brand on them whatsoever, and they weren't new. But I popped them up there, and they sold for $13, and I got $10 out of them. So those came also out of a thread up shoebox. The Old Navy skinny straight black stretch jeans. I sent an apology to the buyer. The order was canceled. I thought I had those, but I did not. I had gaps, so that was confusing. Dance de Paris new with tags Margot Jet Leotard size 14. That was actually in a thread up box as well. It was in a thread up fun box. And that was, I made 20 on that. Well, that sold for 20, so I made 16. Levi's 511 34 by 30 sold for 20, and I made 16. Lane Bryant blue floral cotton blouse sold for 20, and I think I made 16 on this one also. $13.98. Okay, so that's where that is on that. And then the Ralph Lauren Sport 100% cotton hot pink striped top XL. It sold for 20. I made $13.98. And this airy yellow shell oversized T-shirt sold for 10, and I made $7.05. So my numbers for the week are, I had 10 sales this week, and we had 2 intimates, 2 jeans, but technically there were 3 jeans because I had to cancel one. 2 shoes, 1 sweater, and 3 tops. So that was 10 items. And then my average cost of goods is $3, roughly $3 per good. So that's about $30. So my gross for those 10 sales was $176. After Poshmark fees and after shipping discounts and personal discounts, my net was $132.89. And then if we subtract the cost of goods, which was $30, my net profit for this week was $102.89. Now I was lucky enough to be a part of an auction on Ella's channel on Thursday, lifesaver for me this week. And the wonderful thing about this auction is that all of the stuff that I was selling in the auction was either going to be donated or it was free to me and my husband from a home that he inherited, and just little stuff. So it was either inherited or it was free, or it was on its way to being donated because, you know. So for the auction, I actually had 11 lots, um, and or items, specific items, $220. So my total profit for this week, because all the stuff again in the auction is stuff that I didn't pay for and was going to donate, was $322.89. So I felt very proud of that auction. What a great, great auction that was. And thank you so much, Ella, for allowing me to be a part of that. And now let me show you what I ordered. Hey, P. Murph, good morning. And Ann, you are so right. Temu is such a scam. Thank you, Asia Dancer. I feel good about those sales this week. Okay, so Richard Smith is Johnny's brother, and I ordered from him. I wanted something special for my little St. Patty's Day granddaughter. She was born around St. Patrick's Day, and she is definitely a little Irish baby. So I wanted something for her that was sort of specific that could be also passed around maybe in our family at some later date. So this is the little hair bow that goes with her outfit. Now I may actually end up keeping this hair bow because I can't do that. Clip on is too sharp for her head. But this is what I'm talking about right here. So this was embroidered, and it was he makes these. Look at this, and the little lace around the edges, and it's got, look at the little sleeves, and it's like a little jumper, and it's got little green on the bottom, and then it buttons up the back. It's got the snaps in the bottom, and then it's got two little buttons on like their little elastic thing on the back. And it is so adorable. I cannot wait to see her in this. Now, Richard, I do have to tell you, I can't share pictures of her in this. I can't. I just can't. Her parents are very, 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 very much against her picture being anywhere on the internet, and I do have to agree with them on that. So, but it is absolutely beautiful. I recommend it. These sleeves are giving me life. The little matching bow is so cute, and it was wrapped well. He was just really thoughtful. And I considered it a great deal for a memory that we'll have for a lifetime. So, fantastic deal, Richard, and you did a great job. So, Richard, if you're in the chat, just know that I am bragging on you. Good morning, Dragonfly. Mwah. Hello, girl. And there is Lainey. Hi, Lainey. Lainey's the channel that I'll be on Tuesday, guys, the one that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it's so cute, right? He and his partner, I think, make those. So yeah, that was made. It was actually sewn from like the ground up. So they made it from a pattern, and then they embroidered it and put the trims on and stuff. So yeah, it was really, really, really worth it. It was a high value product for me. So I was really happy to see that, and I think she's going to be adorable. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. This child is walking. Honey, she figured out where the doggy door was, and she's escaping as well. I think it's good quality, and it's cotton, and I love that. I love it when you get like a fabric that's again, a sustainable fabric and a fabric that keeps well. I also wanted to send out, so Richard, thank you very much. You did a fantastic job. Richard Smith, guys, you'll find him in Johnny's chat. How have you gotten on thinking of stuff to banish? Are you kidding? I have 3 pages of notes, Lainey. She ready. And wait till I talk to my sister about this, because she may have some ideas that I don't too. But yeah, it's like I was telling the chat earlier, it's very lighthearted. So yeah, we're just looking for the We're just looking for the funnest stuff that we can think of, the funnest. I'm all about the entertainment value. I like jazz hands. I do want to thank you to, do want to send a special shout out to Ella for allowing me to be a part of the auction. I did have a wonderful time doing it. And to Johnny for, Johnny for being the other anchor. Ella had excused herself because she had a pallet coming in at that time. And so Johnny and I pretty much just kind of back and forth, and I had a great day of sales. So thank you to both of you. Always appreciated. Also, a big thank you to my buyers, and here we go. Happy Old Soul, Pink Rose, Cheryl Bajan, my warrior queen, Carmen Gonzalez from Puerto Rico. That's actually like how she's got it in the chat. Flip Flops and Lollipops, Cool Ranch Dorito, Mary Ellen Summers, Aisha's Creations. Why would I do this to myself? There we go. Jody with Marketplace Boutique, love you. And Robin Bai and Kathy Wood. Lindsay, hello, Lindsay. Hello, it's good to see you. Great, we enjoyed doing this for you. We appreciate it. It was certainly my pleasure, and what a wonderful, wonderful thing. So thank you very much. And then just a final message to a very special viewer out there. Liv, I just want to say the sun is coming. Hold on, sugar. Hold on. I know you got to white knuckle it. I white knuckled it myself. I get it. And it just feels like, winter's lasting forever. Nothing's going to change. All I can tell you is that the sun is coming. Hold on, sugar. You have value. So please don't ever think that you have no value. You have value. Okay. We love you. And just know that you are very important to us. And that the sun is coming, honey. There is a light at the end of that tunnel. I promise you. So with that being said, I want you all to hold on. I want you all to have a wonderful day. And I want you to know that no matter where you go and no matter what you're thinking, just know Glamma loves you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.